Healing people worldwide, internationally, providing information that will set your mind free. Occupying time, fostering diversity, creating communities, bringing joy and unity. Healing people worldwide.
Welcome to Holistic Professionals of Color podcast, the space where healing, culture, and community come together. We spotlight holistic professionals of color who are transforming lives through wellness, wisdom, and purpose. From powerful stories to practical tools and inspiring conversations, this is where our voices, gifts, and businesses shine. Tune in, grow with us, and be reminded that healing ourselves helps heal our communities.
Welcome to Holistic Professionals of Color Media Group Podcast. Today we are blessed and fortunate to have the visionary herself, the founder of Holistic Professionals of Color, Dr. Karen Raye Haymore. Thank you for taking the time out today.
Of course, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
So tell me about your vision. Where did the vision of Holistic Professionals of Color come from?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I've been a holistic professional since forever. And I was living in Denver, Colorado, which is where I'm from. Shout out to Denver. And I was working in the field, and I was feeling like I was the only holistic professional of color, right? So then, this is 20 years ago, it felt I felt very lonely. Like I was kind of alone in the game. There weren't any professional associations for holistic professionals. And so I went on a mission to find other people that was doing similar things to what I was doing and had the same type of service mindset that I have.
Right.
Which is to heal people naturally, right?
Yes.
And specifically people of color, because we have these health disparities in our communities that are unnecessary, right? They're preventable and oftentimes reversible. And so I wanted to find other people who thought the same way that I think and did the same things that I do. And so that's what I did, just me by my little self and my little $12 in my bank account.
Okay.
Which I still have about $13 now. I just, with the help of the internet, I went on a mission to mobilize other holistic professionals of color. And, that was in 2017. And sometimes I say 2018 because that's when it really started to take off.
Yeah.
And so fast forward less than 10 years later, it only took about 6 years to have 30 chapters across the United States. And those chapters were formed by volunteers, just people who believe in the mission and the vision of HPOC. And they started chapters in their own location, their own cities and states,
right,
and began offering holistic services through HPOC in their local communities. And so a lot of it is about exposure, because a lot of people in our communities haven't been exposed to a credible way of providing holistic services. Right? We know about the story, the history of all ethnic groups. That we've all come through here through some sort of colonization. Right? Through some sort of colonization. And so through that process, they stripped all of the different ethnic groups of their traditional practices oftentimes. Right. And so we fell victim to that, right? Members of our community fell victim to that. And so we had to find a way to uneducate and then re-educate our people about holistic health. And so that's what we did. And I found the people like yourself who are amazing gifts from God to help guide this journey. And so here we are now, and we have transcended the chapter model.
Yes.
And so now we've gotten so large that we're using ambassadors instead of chapters. And so now we have ambassadors in almost every state in the union, and we also have ambassadors out of the country, in Ghana and in Jamaica.
That's amazing.
So we're growing,
that's amazing.
And people are really beginning to understand that their health is really in their hands.
Yes.
They have the power to heal themselves. And
yes.
So
what challenges did you have at the beginning?
The same thing I just told you about. There are, again, the mindset. There's a lot of colonization and criminalization and demonization that many members of our community believe and still believe.
Right.
And so challenging those mindsets. And because of the nature of who we are and what we do, there aren't a lot of funding opportunities. Like
Right,
we
I
can't
can
get a lot of the
imagine.
grants that are
Right.
available and partnerships because of the nature of what we do. And so money has always been an issue. And so I'm blessed. I'm so blessed to have people who dedicate their time, their resources, whatever they have to give. They have contributed to
Yes.
HPOC, and so that keeps us afloat. So money's been a challenge throughout the years. Fighting the very people that we're trying to serve has been a
Yes.
challenge throughout the
Yes.
years. Those are probably the two biggest ones, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what kind of pushback? I can imagine you got a lot of pushback from the other people who really didn't want us to actually educate and bring out all of these different aspects of holistic healing and holistic modalities because it's taking money out of their pocket. So did you have any encounters or negative experience or pushback with that as you were bringing out HPOC?
I still have encounters with that. Like I said, the history behind it is just that they don't want us to practice our traditional healing practices.
Right.
And so a lot of what we did in the kitchens with plant medicine, where your grandmama would tell you to go outside and get the aloe plant and
Exactly.
all those things had to be demonized, right? And they labeled it witchcraft, and they labeled it all sorts of things so that we would feel the need to go to them and get their westernized sense of medicine, which is, we're not anti-medicine at all. If you need your medicine, you should take your medicine, but you shouldn't take anything long term. And so for that reason, there's some discussions around big pharma, and there's some discussions around medical doctors, allopathic doctors, and their acceptance of us. Now, I will say over the last 20 years, 30 years, over the last 20 years, there's been a subtle mind shift, right? There's been a subtle mind shift with the allopathic industry, so much so that we have organizations like Kaiser Permanente and Blue Cross Blue Shield. A friend of mine was getting an eye exam just today, and they had a poster in their lobby for iridology, offering those services. And so there's a mind shift change, and they're starting to, and also generationally, there's a whole new generation of doctors, coming in who understand that, holistic medicine has its place. It doesn't replace conventional medicine at all. It can support it completely. And so the pushback has come, but it's starting to minimize a bit. It's being reduced, again, because of those reasons. And also there's been a big push on legislation, legislation. So HPOC does advocate for legislative change, and we've partnered with other organizations who also are advocating for legislative change so that people have the option to choose what type of health and healing services they want.
Exactly. So. Yes, if they would look at holistic healing as more of a supplement and not a replacement, I think it'd be more vastly known and practiced more. But we're looked at as more of we want to take over the medicine industry, so to speak, as opposed to just being a supplement. Instead of walking out the doctor's office with 10 different medications, supplement your medications with herbs, holistic modalities, Reiki healing instead of going to mental health practices all the time. It's always a safe alternative than using all the Western medicines. Now, going back to your chapters versus ambassadors, there are a lot of people out here I'm seeing that digging people up from the holistic field and industry that don't know that we exist and would really like to be a part of it. And I know you have grown so much from your vision to the chapters where you were doing different things in the different communities to now being an ambassador. Let's talk a little bit more about what that looks like in the communities, what you want that to end up being, and how people can actually participate in that.
Oh, good. So first of all, anybody can become a member of HPOC. It's free. We actually have a financial plan and a non-financial plan. So if you don't have any money, you can still become a member of HPOC and join us in our mission and get access to many wonderful opportunities within the holistic field. Financial members, however, get access to an abundance of resources. When I tell you they have discounts on products and services through various companies all across the country, access to professional development opportunities, continuing education, just a plethora of resources if you're a financial member. So both are open to anyone. If they go to HPOC-United.com, they can find that information there.
Okay.
And then the ambassadors, yes. So if you are a holistic professional of color and you are passionate about helping us address the health disparities using culturally appropriate and holistic and natural medicine, you can be the person in your city or town to implement national initiatives. And so it's kind of an umbrella approach. The national office has monthly initiatives that we execute, and we rely on ambassadors in local cities and states to actually execute those events with the help of the Dream Team. I have a Dream Team at the national level, and you're a member of the Dream Team who helps the ambassadors to actually manifest the events across the country.
Right.
And so if you're one of those people and you want to be an ambassador, it's not very difficult. You need to fill out an application on that same website, HPOC-United.com. I'll go through a short training process, and then that opens you up to paid opportunities because I will rub my mouth. So there was another issue, another challenge that I didn't mention is that there are a lot of holistic professionals who end up switching gears. They find other jobs, new professions, not because they want to, but because the money's not there.
Exactly.
It's very hard it has been historically hard to sustain yourself as a holistic professional.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so one of the other missions of HPOC is to find ways to generate revenue so that these holistic professionals are able to stay in business, right? Because
Yes.
we need this. Our survival depends on these practitioners offering their knowledge and their services. And so as an ambassador, you also have the opportunity to be the first in line to get paid opportunities when we go host these various events all across the country.
Okay.
So it is a good opportunity for all ambassadors, anybody who wants to be an ambassador.
Yes,
Yeah.
most definitely. And again, that's HPOC-United.com. HPOCUnited.com.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you also have a university,
Mm-hmm.
and it recently became accredited.
Mm-hmm.
So let's speak more on that. Tell me more about the university and what's offered and how the funding is with that.
Okay, so when I first started the association, that was started first. And again, I got quick response, right? It was immediate. Holistic professionals from everywhere were very interested. But there were also other people who just wanted to enter the field.
Right.
They wanted to take classes. They wanted to learn information that spoke specifically to their family, right? To their cultural background and upbringing.
Right.
And that's something that's not available. I mean, I have a PhD in natural medicine. I have so many different certifications. And in all of the training, we were out of the conversation. We're left out of the conversation.
Exactly.
Right? We're not the standard. And so they said, hey, we want you guys to figure out a way to teach us this information that you know. And so me being me, I was like, okay.
You found
I'm
a
gonna figure
way.
it out. I found a way.
Yes.
We started the university with a lot of success. It is a nonprofit university, and so the prices are stupid ridiculous.
Yes,
Like,
very
stupid
affordable.
ridiculous.
Very affordable.
All the certifications, or most of them are under $100.
Yes.
And we have certifications in everything from aromatherapy to second Reiki, which is something else I'll circle back to plant medicine, to social justice advocacy certifications, to maternal health, things like being a birth doula or a death doula. I mean, there's so many different
It's a vast
certifications.
range,
Yes, so
yes.
many. And then we also have degrees, bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, and PhDs. Also very affordable. Again, none of the degree programs exceed $3,300 for the entire program.
And it's at your pace.
And it's at your pace. The classes are self-paced, they're online, but they're instructor-led.
Yes.
So you're not just thrown to the wolves. There's an instructor in every class who guides you. If you have any questions, they're available for that. And so you're not just out there trying to figure it out by yourself at all.
Right.
And then back to the second Reiki. Another thing that's important to HPOC is reclaiming our language, because specifically in the Black community, we don't have our own brand of natural medicine that people know about. You know about traditional Chinese medicine. Everybody knows about acupuncture and acupressure and auricular therapy. That's traditional Chinese medicine.
Yes.
Everybody knows about Ayurvedic medicine, right? That's the Indian, comes from the Indian tradition. And we never named ours, and we never packaged ours. And that's because we have a unique history through the transatlantic slave trade in America. And so one of the missions of HPOC, again, is to reclaim our language and take back the things that were colonized and name them appropriately. Give them the name that was the original name it had when it was in mostly from Africa, but some of it from North America and other parts of the world. And so when you hear me say something like Sekhem Reiki, it's Reiki, but Reiki was originally practiced in Egypt. And there, the Kemets, Kemet is the original name for Egypt. Yes. They called it Sekhem. And so when you see our courses online, you'll see those type of references that you might have to do some research on, or just go to the FAQ page or call me up and I'll gladly tell you about it. But so that's another one of the missions we have at the university, is to reclaim that language so that, you know, my grandchildren can have a packaged, recognizable healing tradition just like these other groups have, right?
Yes,
that's important to me, and it should be important to all of us that we have that type of thing. And it's hard for us to do, again, because the transatlantic slave trade did a lot of destruction in our families and our communities, and so we had to piece information together, right? And black folks from different regions had different information, different types of plant medicine, different types of, and so it's been, you know, like a puzzle piece. We're putting all the pieces of the puzzle back together, and it's been so much fun because I've met so many brilliant people with so much knowledge and information that kind of just lives in their DNA, you know what I mean, that they're great-grandmothers and grandmothers and just passed it down to them, and they're still embodying it today.
Yes,
and
that's
so
awesome.
We're doing that. And yes, we did get accredited a couple of years ago through a couple of different associations. But I do want to fast forward to what our accreditation looks like now.
Okay.
In the interest of maintaining sovereignty, to a certain extent, we are looking at being accredited by people who have the, what's the right word? I have to choose my words very carefully.
I know.
We were accredited by organizations who couldn't possibly tell me how authentic my healing traditions were. Okay. How erroneous my healing traditions were, right? Right. So when you get accredited, you want it to come from a group of people or from a body of people who say, I know what this is. Right. And I know what this looks like. And you're doing it right or you're doing it wrong. Right. There are no accrediting bodies out there until last year that were able to do that. Okay. Right. Because again, this is brand new. Yeah. With us trying to piece together our healing traditions. And so UCBHP is a it's a year old now, but it stands for United Council of BIPOC Holistic Professionals. Okay. And they were created specifically to accredit organizations like HPOC and other organizations who have culturally relevant healing modalities. Yes. And so now we're accredited through UCBHP.
That's awesome. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. And that's also another benefit of being a financial member is that you get 40% off of the courses with HPOC. Mm-hmm. So that is definitely an attribute.
And people take advantage of that. I mean, the certifications most of them are under $100. You get 40% off of that. Exactly. You know, and you're paying $10 a month, by the way. Membership is only $10 a month. Exactly. So exactly. It pays for itself. Your membership pays for itself if you take one class. Yeah, you know what I mean, immediately. Yes. And it qualifies for degree programs as well. Yes. So yes. The benefits are vast.
That is very good. Mm-hmm. Now I'm fast forwarding to what we have coming up in a month. The annual conference, and this is your 5th annual conference. Yes. Let's go back to the beginning and how it was manifested and how it's grown over the years.
Okay. Oh, the first one. Yes. Oh my goodness gracious. Me and the air. We're at the first conference. So the association started, the university started, and this is all online. These are people from all over the country at that time. And I said, we have to find a way to bring these people together, right? Because energy exchange is important, right? Right. In the association aspect of it, you want to be able to network and, you know, just exchange information and have some professional development opportunities in person. Yes. Right? And so the association set out to do that. And so that's what I did 5 years ago. But if you can remember what was happening 5 years ago, COVID was happening. So as I was planning the first one, the whole world shut down. And so the first one was actually online, which went against the whole reason I created the conference in the first place. But then in 2022, we were able to make some leeway, and we did have a couple of people to show up in person.
Yes.
It was still at the tail end of COVID, and
Yes.
so people were still afraid to get
Reluctant.
out. Yeah,
Right.
but they did show up, and we had a small conference, and it was awesome. And then comes 2023, which is the year I met you,
Yes.
and more people came. And
Yes.
so every year it's just been growing and growing and growing. And I'm very excited about that. We are a traveling conference, and so every year we end up in a different city. Last year we were in Denver, Colorado, which is my
Yes.
hometown. The year prior to that we were in Oklahoma City, which is, I'm very familiar with Oklahoma because I went to Langston University. Shout out to all my Lions. Now this year we're going to be in Atlanta, Georgia, right? And that's Black Mecca.
Yes.
So it's going to be an awesome time there. And then next year, would you believe where we're coming?
Dallas,
Texas. We're going to be right here at home of the Room to Speak Studios.
Yes.
And where Natasha is. So I'm looking forward to coming to Texas next year.
Yes, that's awesome. Now, you were you spoke very shortly about being out into other countries, like going out of the country.
Mm-hmm.
How was that going? Like, what are you doing to implement that?
You know, I haven't done much outreach, or that I don't have a plan in place to expand outside of the United States. But the Most High saw that it should happen, and so people have reached out to me, asking me how they can do that. And so there's one in Ghana, and that's alive, and she's alive and well and doing things in Ghana. One in Jamaica, and she's a naturopathic doctor in Jamaica who wants to implement it there. And then one in South Africa.
Wow.
So, yes. And so I think next year, one of the things at the top of my to-do list will be to try to go more internationally. You know, but I want to make sure our infrastructure is strong enough for that first. Yeah.
Definitely.
So.
Have conferences abroad.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, God, yes. I can't wait.
Most definitely.
Yes. I don't know. People might not show up to the workshops if we go. If we're in Jamaica or some island somewhere, the classes will be empty, I think.
No, I kind of think that, you know, all these
years
years that you put into it, all the time and all the growth, that people will really be excited about, you know, expanding in that way. Mm-hmm. But to go back to the conference, what should we expect this year at the conference?
Oh, gosh, this year's going to be so awesome.
What kind of presenters? What are they going to be talking about?
Okay, here we go. We have some awesome presenters this year. Let's see. We have Dr. Jocelyn Harris. She is a phenomenal nutritionist.
Yes.
And she is the founder of MS, I Am the Cure.
Yes.
She was diagnosed with MS, I'm not sure how long ago, but a long time ago. And she cured herself. She healed herself using natural medicine. And so after she did that, she started her foundation, MS, I Am the Cure, and she runs it very successfully. She did it all through food. Everything is food. A lot of it's smoothies and things like that.
Right.
And so she's going to be teaching the value of nutrition and those types of things.
Okay.
Then we have people like Zaire, Dr. Zaire Saab. She is a midwife and a clinical herbalist.
Yes.
And she travels with a group that goes to Africa, offering holistic health services to members of that community in Ghana specifically who can't afford health care. So it's kind of like a Doctors Without Borders concept, but it's for herbalists, clinical herbalists. And so she's coming to speak on holistic intake. So she's going to teach practitioners the proper way to do a clinical assessment and intake.
Okay.
So that's going to be awesome. She's also one of the best herbalists I've ever met in my life. So she's awesome. And she also does womb work, a lot of work around. That's actually her baby, it's the womb work.
Okay.
So she works with women on healing the womb, reproductive organs and things of that sort. Oh, we have Jay Hollingshed. He is a shaman. And his workshop it's called MPET. It's a meditative process that he's developed that teaches you how to unlock trauma and stuff from your body using meditation techniques. And so he's awesome. We have Crystal DeBerry, and she's been around for a long time. She's awesome. She's won all kind of awards. Like, she's amazing. Shoshana Redmond, she's new this year.
Okay.
And she has a program called Affirm Breathe. And I cannot wait for her workshop. She has paired affirmations with the science of breathing. So we know on some level that affirmations get some pushback because affirmations don't always work if you're not completely believing them. Right? So just saying them is not always effective, and your body doesn't always receive them. And so she paired that with breath work, because if you're conscious of your breathing, you can actually switch your brain into a neurological state to receive the affirmations. right? And so she has a program called a Firm Breathe. That is, I can't wait to hear this workshop. And she actually took some breathwork certifications at HPOC University.
Okay.
So she's going to incorporate some of the work that she learned, some of the science that she learned through
with
HPOC.
her presentation.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm excited about that. I'm not going to list all of them, but there are so many good ones.
Yes.
There are 2 full days of workshops starting at 8 o'clock a.m., ending at the last workshop is at 4 p.m. And then on Sunday, we have the Healers Market. So this is an outdoor festival. This is our first time being outdoors.
Okay.
So I'm excited about that. And we'll have vendors who are selling all sorts of products and offering services. And we'll have food trucks, healthy food trucks, vegan food trucks, and just an opportunity to get outside, listen to some live music, and just really enjoy the fellowship,
socialize,
get
network.
the sunshine. Exactly.
Yes.
So that concludes the 2 days, and that's that Sunday from 10 to 2, I believe.
Yes.
And so that's going to be awesome. And then we also have like some other partner organizations that will be there with us. Like we have Satan Vet Sorority, which is the first Kemetic sorority. They'll be there. They're going to be doing an informational. So for any sisters who want to join a Kemetic sorority, the first and only so far Kemetic sorority, they can attend the informational workshop on that Friday afternoon.
Okay.
We have somebody coming from the National Health Freedom Action Council. This is a nonprofit organization full of lawyers who are dedicated to helping us fight to advocate for natural healing practices to be legalized across the country. So we've been a partner with them for a couple of years. And Stephen, I don't know if you remember Stephen, he was there a couple of years ago. And this year we're working with Mark, it's a different attorney, but they're coming to give us a presentation and guide us through some things. So it's going to be awesome. We have the HPOC graduation on Saturday morning. So anybody who got a degree throughout the year will receive their diplomas on that Saturday morning. And then we have the Tanzania Neville's Awards banquet on Saturday night. The awards banquet is where we honor holistic professionals in our field who are doing extraordinary work. So we and you're nominated this year, by the way. You got a nomination for Holistic Spa of the year. Yes.
So, it's always exciting.
Yes.
Now, who is Tanzania Neville's, and how did we get on board, or has she get on board with being part of the association?
Tanzania Neville's is a handful. She's become a good friend of mine. She is in Atlanta. She's based in Atlanta, and she was doing a lot of work in the community there. And she had a dream of honoring holistic professionals. And she had been trying for years to try to find a way to honor these people that are doing great work. And she just couldn't get it together, couldn't get it off the ground the right way. And so she came across HPOC on Instagram, I believe.
Like most of us.
Yes, like most of us. And she sent a message. The funny story is that she sent a message on Instagram, and at that time, my niece was helping me with my social media because, I'm of a certain age. I don't know how to do all that. And so, but she was a full-time college student, my niece at the time. And so she was helping me out, but it wasn't like a full-time gig. Right. It was kind of helping me out whenever she could. So Tanzania sent a message that I did not see for probably 2 months. Did not even see. So when I finally saw it, I called her back. And her message was saying, hey, I'm Tanzania. I'm in Atlanta. I've been trying to honor professionals. Maybe you guys can do it since I can't seem to do it. So she was really just trying to give us the idea.
Yes.
And so I got to talking with her, and her heart is so pure. If you ever meet Tanzania, her heart is so pure. Her energy is so pure that after we were talking for a little while and trying to work out what this looks like, the Most High told me this is the awards program is called the Tanzania Neville's Awards. And so while she's alive, people should get their flowers while they're alive.
Most definitely.
I decided to name the awards banquet in her name, in her honor.
Yes.
So that's how that came about.
Yes, that makes it even more awesome. Yes. Now the marketplace, the Healers Market on Sunday. Now, are we still in need of caterers or food trucks?
Yes.
In the Atlanta area, people that might want to be interested in that? How will we do that? And what are the hours? What type of food are we looking for? And people who might want to come out and vend and promote their business.
Absolutely. We're still accepting applications. We limit it to 2 similar products, right? So if we'll only have 2 people selling herbs, 2 people selling oils, because we want them to make their money, right? But if you go to, if you email support@hpoc-univer United.com. You can get the information, or you can go to our Facebook page. It's on our Facebook page, holisticprofessionalsofcolor.com. But yes, we are looking for all types of vendors to sell products. If you make your own products, natural holistic products, earrings, jewelry, what do you call them? Body butters,
yes.
Whatever you might make. Yes, you can apply. If you have a food truck and you want to set up, you can apply for that as well. And it doesn't have to be vegan, but we are looking for healthier versions. Yes. And if you're a community service organization and you just want to pass out information to our population, you're welcome to vend there as well.
Okay.
So, yep.
Now, where is the vendor fair going to be?
Everything takes place at Hotel Indigo.
Hotel
Indigo in College Park, which is near the airport.
Okay.
And so you can still register for the conference. Everything is housed right there in that building. So if you don't ever want to leave the hotel, you don't have to. All of the meetings and workshops and networking opportunities, the healers market, the awards banquet, everything is going to be housed right there at Hotel Indigo. You can still register at HPOC-United.com and join us.
Now, when is it again in September?
September 11th through 13th.
Okay. Now, are we still having the early bird special, or
that ends the 11th?
And how much is it now?
It's $333.
Okay. And after the 11th,
and that includes everything. This is a super deal. For $333 includes all the workshops, all of the networking sessions, the Tanzania Neville's Awards, entrance to the healers market. It covers your meals. It covers everything.
Yeah, it's a
really
vast range of everything.
Yeah.
And you get a little swag bag.
Yep. You get a nice swag bag with some goodies in it.
For remembrance.
Mm-hmm.
For remembrance and networking.
Yeah.
Yes.
Got some real good goodies in it this year, too. So, yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. And it was a blessing and an honor to have you here. Explaining your vision, just letting people know more about what Holistic Professionals is involved in and where you want to go with it and where it is now and where it started off as, because it's important to see the growth of organizations like this, and that you started off with a lint in your pocket and today you still have lint, but because you have other people combining their lint with yours,
right, exactly
you're able to be this awesome growing nonprofit organization. And you've done so much through it.
Thank you.
Yes, it's an honor. It's an honor to be sitting with you. It's an honor to be part of the association.
Thank you.
So thank you for your time again.
Thank you.
And thank you all for watching and being a part of, and subscribe and like HPOC, Holistic Professionals of Color Media Group Podcast.
Thank you for tuning in to the Holistic Professionals of Color podcast, where our voices matter. Our healing is sacred, and our businesses deserve to thrive. Be sure to subscribe, share this episode, and support the holistic professionals creating change in our communities. Until next time, keep healing, keep growing, and keep shining.